Hi everybody! Today I'm going to be doing a review on my backpack that I used to hike the Appalachian Trail with and backpack other long trails with. So I figured after doing a good amount of hiking this year, I would review some of the gear that I brought on trail. I'm going to do a series reviewing my big three in detail with all the specs. Obviously, packs are different for everybody. Everybody's body is different. Packs are like shoes. Not every pack is going to work for everybody, so I will put that disclaimer out there. So we're going to start with my pack. This is the Gossamer Gear Mariposa 60. It is a 60-liter pack with a removable internal frame. I absolutely love this pack. When I was looking for gear for the Appalachian Trail, I really wanted to prioritize getting gear that was lightweight, but also gear that wasn't going to break the bank. So I really tried to look for things that were maybe not the most ultralight piece of gear in the market. Maybe they were a few ounces less than the most ultralight products that you could get, but they were like a few $100s less. So I still got really lightweight gear, but I didn't spend an arm and a leg on each piece. So this backpack fits the bill for me for that. It is no secret that I love Gossamer gear. I use their pack, I use their tent, I use other little accessories from them. I really, really like the company and what they make. It's quality and the price is right. So let's get into the review. This is the pack right here, 60 liters. It is very, very spacious. It has this big side pocket here. I use it to store my tent because I have the Gossamer Gear tent. I just stick the tent in this pocket here, but you can put any tent in this pocket. You can put your tent poles if you have a freestanding tent in this pocket, or use it for other things. Then there are these two pockets on this side. This one I use to put water bottles in, and then this one I just store miscellaneous things up here. So initially when I got this pack, I was like, where am I going to put my second water bottle, right? Because there's this pocket for the tent over here, and then there's this water bottle pocket on this side. I just ended up getting a shoulder strap water bottle pocket. I prefer that anyways. I like easy access to one of my water bottles. So it wasn't an issue to me to not have the second pocket for a water bottle on this side. So that is something you would have to consider if you got this pack. I do think this pocket on this side is big enough to fit like two smart water bottles. Actually, I know it is, but I like to balance the weight out and not have two on one side and then like my tent on the other, which isn't as heavy as two full water bottles. So that's what I ended up doing for that. But let's go into some specs first before I really show you the pack. So like I said, this backpack has a removable internal frame. So if you want to take the frame out and make the pack lighter, you absolutely can. It also has a removable sit pad that doubles as the cushioning back here where your back rests, and you can pull that out and use that as a sit pad. There's 7 built-in pockets and it is 2 pounds. So this pack is really, really light. Is it the lightest on the market? No, it's not the lightest on the market, but for me personally, I like having a frame. I like having the support of a frame. I never wanted a frameless pack. I don't have gear that is, it's not that I don't have gear that's light enough for a frameless pack, but I like to bring luxuries, so my pack isn't the lightest I could get it. So having a pack with a frame helps keep that weight distributed evenly on my back so that I'm more comfortable when I'm hiking. So this pack does come in 3 different sizes. You can get a small, a medium, or a large. So on the Gossamer Gear website, there is a whole list of all the specs depending on the pack you get, the size with the size hip belt, because you can change out the hip belt if you need a small, medium, or large hip belt. I got the medium pack, and if you go on the website, it'll show you like measurement wise what you would probably be for a pack. I can insert a photo on the screen of the specs for the different packs, but this is the medium pack with the medium hip belt. It comes in at 31.2 ounces. That's for the pack and the hip belt with the frame in it. If you take the frame out, it removes about 3 ounces. So just under 2 pounds for this pack, and you still get all the support with the frame and everything. This pack is primarily made out of a 100 and 200 Robic high tensile strength nylon. It also has some 70 denier double ripstop nylon, and then there's some Darlington mesh, which is for this outside pocket here, which I love, which is mesh. So some of the features of this pack, it has an ergonomic hip belt with stiffener to help with the load transfer and support. This thing has amazing hip belt pockets. The hip belt pockets are really, really big on this pack. You can put a lot of stuff in them on both sides. That was something that was on my list for having in a pack. The pack handles up to 35 pounds fine, but it's most suited for around 30 pounds. So I definitely try to keep my pack weight at 30 and under, but it can handle up to a capacity of 35 pounds. So not as much as some packs, but realistically, if you're getting this bag, you probably want lightweight gear. And if you're watching what you're putting in it, it's not hard to keep the pack at 30 and under, even with winter gear. So if you're loading up your pack and have a lot of like older gear that's heavy, this is not the pack for you. The pack has an over-the-top closure system. So if I flip it around here, you can see I can unclip these right here and it comes up higher. So you can really pack this pack with a good amount of stuff before you have to clip it down. And then you just clip it and you can cinch these down to really tighten it down. There is also a custom air mesh fabric on the shoulder straps and the hip belt to help with breathability. Another really great thing for the water bottle pockets, like I was talking about before, there is only one, but the way they tapered the pocket, you can grab that water bottle really easily. It's not like some packs where you're reaching back and you just can't get at the water bottle. You can get at the water bottle pretty easily with this pack. There is an internal hydration sleeve and a little hole to stick the tube out of. I don't use hydration bladders anymore. I did when I first started hiking. I don't use them anymore, but if you use one, there's a spot for it in the pack. There is trekking pole hardware on this pack, so you can store the trekking poles on the outside of your pack. And there's a lashing loop that doubles as an ice axe holder. I haven't used that, but it's on the pack. So the rear mesh pocket is one of the biggest things I loved about this pack. And then I just added these bungee cords from Gossamer gear. It's amazing. This pocket, since it's mesh, I would put stuff out here that like I needed to dry, especially with the bungee cord attached. I could attach like if my clothing was kind of damp, I would put rain gear on the outside here, so if my rain gear was wet, it wasn't getting like everything on the inside of my pack wet. I also kept my water filtration stuff in this pack. It was easy access. And then with these bungee cords, I would strap so much stuff to this pack. My cooler cloth I would put out here. Like I said, I could tie like wet socks or underwear or something if I was maybe doing some trail laundry. I also kept my bathroom kit in this mesh pocket for easy access, and I strapped my Crocs and my thin light pad to the outside here. So this pocket is big and it stretches out and it holds a lot, and then the bungee cords also help to hold other stuff on the outside. It was awesome to have, you know, my shoes attached and my pad, and then also have like easy quick access items. I didn't want to get like dirty or wet in the inside of my pack out here, so I love mesh pockets on bags. That is a non-negotiable for me. It also has a pocket up here, which I usually just kept like my, okay, so I keep my Aquamira little extra water treatments in here, and I have my like little baggie with first aid stuff up here. I don't really put too much up here because it's a thin pocket, and if you load it up, it gets like bulky and chunky and weird. I also kept my glasses up here, so just like little things. Anything that I wouldn't care if it got wet though, because this pack is not waterproof. It's not made out of a material that is water resistant. So I didn't use a pack cover with this pack. I just got, you can either use like a trash compactor bag, or they, Gossamer Gear makes liners specifically for this pack, and they're cheap. I just threw a liner in and it kept all my gear dry. So I would just let rain hit the bag and it doesn't soak up too bad and it dries relatively quickly. So that's what I would do if it was raining. So if I was putting anything in this top pocket up here, I just made sure like my first aid kit was in a baggie, so it doesn't matter if it gets wet. My glasses were in a case, so it doesn't matter. And then like I said, anything in this mesh pocket here, again, things that you don't care if they get wet. On this side pocket, you can really put whatever there. I put my tent footprint, I like just balled it up and put my tent footprint up here because I didn't really know what else to put in here, but this is a really deep pocket. You could probably fit quite a few things in here. There's like places to attach things to the straps if you want. Usually I also have my chicken tramper gear phone shoulder pocket thing right here. I just took all of my extras off for the sake of the video, but I would put that there. I attached like a little hand sanitizer right here. It has load lifters, as you can see, which is another big thing for me, bring that load closer to your back. The hip belt is actually really comfortable. The way to cinch it down is a little strange, just because like usually I feel like you pull towards you, but you kind of pull away from you when you're cinching it down, but it's not too much of an issue. Hip belt pockets, really quick, easy access, and they're big pockets. I fit a bunch of snacks in here, my wallet usually, chapstick, just like any sunscreen, any like little quick access items that I want to have throughout the day. And the hip belt is nice and big and cushiony. It's comfortable. Some people have complained of the fabric on the shoulder straps. causing chafing if you have like a tank top on. Personally, I haven't noticed that. I do wear thicker strap tank tops for that reason, but I've never had any chafing. But I don't wear like really thin strap tank tops, or I wear like a t-shirt. So I personally haven't had that issue. I don't find it to be uncomfortable at all. And like I said, there's an air mesh fabric on these shoulder straps, so they're pretty breathable. Big pocket on the side here for my tent. Fits perfectly. If I didn't have a Gossamer gear tent, you could fit any other tent in here. The duplex fits in here. If you have a freestanding tent, you could probably get your poles in here, or whatever. I like this because I like having my tent on the outside of my pack. If it's raining, I don't really worry about it too much. It's something I considered when I first got the pack. I'm like, well, then I'm gonna have to put my tent in there, and then I have this big gaping pocket. But it's really not bad. The way I pack up my tent, I pack it up so that the outside of the... I just set off my flex tail air pump. Stupid air pump. So like I was saying, I pack my tent so that when I pack it, I like fold it up so that the outside of the tent, like the waterproof part, is on the outside. Like everything for the inside of the tent is tucked inside the outside part. I don't know how to explain it, but the way I put it in there, if it were to like rain mild to moderately, it's not gonna soak the inside of my tent, especially with the bag it's in and the extra pocket. It's just by the time it gets through to the tent, it would have to be downpouring, and honestly, if it was downpouring, I probably would stick my tent in this main compartment. Another thing I like, it is 60 liters, like I said, but it's under 2 pounds. Lots of storage space, and I don't use all of it typically, but I like having the extra space. I like packs that have like one main compartment body and you just shove everything in. If it's gonna have pockets, I just want them on the outside. So as you can see, it's a big main compartment here. I have a liner in here, but it goes pretty deep down. I've got like my food bag in there, just some things to fill up the pack, but it is a pretty deep pack. You could really get a lot of stuff down there. So I'm not going to get too much into how I pack my backpack. That's a separate video, but that's just some examples of like how I make this pack work. I really like this pack. It's so comfortable. It's super easy to pack and unpack, which is a must if you're long distance backpacking. You're going to be doing that every day, multiple times a day. You want it to be an easy process. The pack, like I said, is really, really comfortable. It carries the weight well. I like that it has the load lifters. It's very easy to adjust the straps and the hip belt. They're nice and thick and cushiony and supportive. Nice big hip belt pockets to store all my snacks. The nice mesh pocket on the back, which I love. Attach the little bungee cord, and it's perfect for storing extra gear on the outside that you don't want on the inside. Very durable. I just love this pack, and I love the way it rides. So I really don't see myself switching my backpacking pack anytime soon. This is coming with me on all my adventures for 2024, which I will make a video about. I have some exciting things to talk about, but this pack's coming. The pack is $285, which is worth the money. Yeah, so this is my pack that I've used backpacking. Like I said, the Gossamer Gear Mariposa. Hopefully you enjoyed this review. If you did, go ahead and like the video and maybe subscribe to my channel if you want to. I make backpacking videos, hiking on like the Appalachian Trail, day hiking videos around New England, gear reviews, tons of fun backpacking, hiking, and camping videos. So if you're interested, hit the subscribe button. Like this video. Let me know if you want more gear reviews. I am planning on doing reviews in detail on all of my big 3 that I take backpacking, but if you want to see more, let me know, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.